Hi everyone, Agnes here. Now, if you are someone that is currently experiencing repetitive patterns in relationships, such as being abandoned, having a fear of abandonment, being anxious, feeling that you're not good enough for the relationship, or if you are not in one, feeling that you're not good enough in general to attract a new relationship, if you are feeling lonely, if you are feeling that you're not wanted, if you are anxious and have a fear of the future in regards to your relationships, then hopefully my story I'm going to share a bit of right now might help you, because many of those things, if not all of them, were part of my experience. And I have now, as many of you know, been in a relationship for, well, I'm going into the 14th year with my person, my specific person. So there were many things that I needed to change, and many things that I needed to learn, and many things that I needed to dissolve and resolve within my own self, so that I could get to the place where I have and am able to maintain this relationship. Number one, I think really learning that me feeling second best and not good enough was a lot of it in my own head, leftover, hangover from my childhood, and that just because that's how I felt, it doesn't mean it was true. Okay, so really working on I am enough, I am good enough, and really, who's in charge of saying that you're good enough or not? That's the ridiculous thing when you really look at it, and I had to look at it. It was that me feeling not good enough was my own doing in my own mind because of some experiences that I had. But when you really look at it, which I did at that time, dissolving the I'm not good enough and I'm second best to who? Again, who's the judge of that? Who's the police of second best? So I worked on dismantling and dissolving that for myself. How? I worked on self-love diligently. I've shared my story about that before. I have done a playlist about my specific person journey in more detail, which I can post down below in the description for you and up here next to my head at the end of the video. And also really looking at how perhaps my self-love wasn't good enough. That's where it wasn't good enough. That's where I was needing to put the focus on becoming good enough in my own eyes. Now, confidence comes with practice and persistence, and not saying, I often said in the past, oh, well, I tried that, it didn't work. So it's being consistent. I have a law of attraction friend that we do a lot of our work together still, and we've been doing so for 30 years. And we speak about 4 times a week, no matter where I am in the world. And we do our questions. What do you appreciate? What makes you think you're going to get it? And what do you want? And why do you want it? So we do these questions together, and we really focus on the glass half full. So that's been a really good practice. Something else I practiced and still practice today, I'm on my walk today and I've been doing it today, is thinking of things that I'm grateful for. The more you practice gratitude, the better you feel. The more you practice what you haven't got and what you're not grateful for and what's bugging you, the worse you feel. So it's getting good at this. It's practicing it to the point where it becomes a habit, and a good habit. So the better you feel, the better it gets. The better I felt, the better the relationship got. So it really was a journey of transformation, transforming my weak links within myself, transforming the things that I didn't feel good about myself. All the self-criticism, all the self-judgment, all the pushing myself too hard with work, getting into a place of mental and emotional exhaustion, being weary. All these things are repellents to a good relationship. So it was looking after myself better, getting to the point where I would only drop to about 50%. And if I dropped to 50%, then I made sure I topped back up to 100%. My energy, my food, my exercise, my drinking water. How am I not looking after myself? Improving on getting faster at making sure that I did look after myself, and making sure, because the better you feel from looking after yourself, the less drama and emotional turmoil you put yourself in. So I got better at that. And really, number two, it was about being consistent. It's so easy to be someone who starts things. I see all these 21-day challenges, 30-day challenges. No, it's not 21 days. It's not 30 days. This is 30 years. 30 years of practicing it, a day at a time. Like they say in 12-step fellowships, a day at a time. If you put a drop in a bucket, eventually the bucket fills up. And that's how it's been for 30 years for me. So 30 years worth of working on self-love has then, well, let's say the knock-on effect, the domino effect, is having a good relationship. I look back and I can see my relationships weren't good because I wasn't good, because I had all these fears, because I had all these negative expectations, because I had negative assumptions about men, about relationships, about being left, about being abandoned, the fear of loss, all of that. And I played it out again and again and again in 5 relationships. So once you understand the importance of self-love, which at the time I didn't, because I'd do it and then I'd get a great relationship and I was like, woohoo, I don't have to do this anymore. And then right back into trying to get love from someone else. And then usually between about 4 and 7 years, the relationship fell apart. So I had long relationships, but I had a fear that they would end. So, you know, when you're waiting for someone to leave you, it's not a great feeling, as many of you know. So working on this state of, well, you've got to do the opposite. If you're feeling anxious, if you're feeling insecure, if you're feeling not good enough, if you're feeling that you're not wanted, if you feel lonely, if you feel like I'm dissatisfied, I want more, I'm not getting enough, that's exactly what you experience. All of those things. So the aim was to feel satisfied. The aim was to feel good enough. The aim was to feel I am getting enough, I have enough love, enough time, enough money, and practicing that. So all of that has accumulated a day at a time, and the consistency of it, I am very consistent these days. I do very specific things for my self-love. I make sure I walk about an hour a day. Obviously, if the weather's really crap, wherever I am, no, I get on the rowing machine. But it's walking or rowing and doing affirmations for an hour and a half. Still, to this day. Do I need to? Not necessarily. But you know what? It feels good. It lifts my vibe. It makes me feel good about myself. And it's that energy that I bring towards my relationship. I don't need my relationship to make me feel secure. I bring my feeling of security towards my relationship. So it's filling up my own cup and overflowing it onto my partner. It's filling up my own cup, overflowing it onto my partner. So he gets the benefit of it, and also he's doing exactly the same. So 2 people that are in a giving state, a self-loving state, a looking after themselves state, wow, the relationship just gets better and better. And okay, the third thing, having better thoughts about relationships and men and about the person that you're with. My relationship is easy. I love how we understand each other. I love how we have fun. I love how we're friends and lovers. I love how this is the best relationship I've ever had. I love that we take care of ourselves and we take care of each other. I love how we enjoy each other. I love how we laugh, and I love how we share food and we go to the movies and we go for walks and we go exploring. I love how we travel together, all these things. I love how he gets on with my mom and my family. I love how I get on with people in his family. I love that we are just enjoying life a day at a time together. So all of these things, changing the assumptions about the other person, was a major step. Instead of, he won't commit, he's nasty, he's self-centered, he's self-absorbed, he's stubborn, all these things that I've thought over the years about different men. It's like, okay, if any of that stuff comes in, it's up to me to work on that. It's up to me to dissolve that in the contents of my consciousness about him. So all of this stuff has improved my relationship, firstly with myself, then with infinite intelligence, God, source, whatever word you prefer, universe, and then with the relationship. In that order. Not relationship first, then God, then me. It's the order is very important. So, enjoying more and more peace. I am at peace. I am calm. I surrender, I let go, I allow. Isn't it wonderful what's happening to me now? The unexpected happens. My seemingly impossible good now comes to pass. So, I hear a lot about robotic affirming. I have to say I don't understand it. It doesn't have to be that way. It's not the affirmation that's robotic. It's the way we as human beings do the affirmations. So if you want to have something come alive, enjoy it, practice it, and go, wow, it's going to be so great when I believe it. That's why I'm practicing it. And the thing is, really, even if you're doing what is called robotic affirmations, wouldn't it make more sense to be doing that than to be continually thinking negative thoughts? It's definitely a step in the right direction, in my opinion, because we're affirming all day, whether we say it's affirming or not. So if we look at what we're doing, we look at why we're doing it, it changes relationships deeply. The better you get, the better it gets. The better I got, the better my relationship became. So hopefully that will just give you some help, because relationships aren't hard. Relationships are simple, but you got to do the right things, and you got to stop wasting your time with all these manifest someone in 3 minutes, 3 days, 3 hours. It's nonsense. And it's just people on YouTube or Google just trying to get views and subscribers. So please wake up to that. Anybody that's got a title like that tells you exactly what they're doing. The video's not for you, it's for them. Okay, so be more savvy, be more discerning about what you watch. And also listen to people that are givers, listen to people that are really being of service, listen to people that have a relationship, and not only that, they've maintained it for, in my opinion, at least 5 years. Because it really needs to be that you have a good relationship to be able to help. And that means a counselor. It means a therapist. Ask the questions. Have you got a relationship, and are you maintaining it? Because if you don't hear yes, then that's not the person to go to. Go to places where you feel there is integrity on this topic, because there's a lot of stuff now, unfortunately. It's harder for you guys now than it was for me and my law of attraction friend, because in those days, all there was books. There was no one trying to sell you anything. Even the person at the bookshop would just leave you alone to find your book, and then we would share our books. We'd buy a book each, and then we would get on the phone, or we'd get together with a highlighter, and we would go through it. So no one was bombarding us with trying to sell us anything or trick us into selling us a guarantee. And that, I think, was easier. So you guys have to be more mindful of all of this now. You got to weed out the nonsense and the program of foolishness from what's real. So I hope that helps you. I do think sharing the experience is probably, the thing that gives you the most hope. So look, I'm not special. I'm just ordinary person living an ordinary life, wanting ordinary things. A job I love, enough money in the bank to look after myself and help those I love, and to have wonderful moments, to have peace, contentment, time, and to be able to look after myself and have a great relationship and travel. And that's it. So it's there for you. It's not hard, but you got to stop wasting time with all the stuff, because we all get 24 hours. What are you wasting your time on? And you can let me know down below in the description. In your 24 hours, I think I've eaten a bug. In your 24 hours, how much are you using it, and how are you using it effectively? Really look at what you spend your time on, because you never get the time back. And it doesn't matter whether you're 20 or 30 or 40 or 50 or 60 or 70, time is the most precious thing of all. And we all get the same amount, no matter whether we're black or white, gay or straight, young or old, female, male, it really doesn't matter. We all get the same amount. So use it wisely. and use it to have the most wonderful life. A life that you just go, wow, look what I've done with my life. And it doesn't need to be to show anyone anything. People that have really satisfying lives don't need validation, don't need adulation, don't need to be proving to you or anyone else that it's good. So a quiet, satisfying life, that's someone to follow. Whether it's someone you know personally or whether it's someone that, you just come across in some way, shape, or form. But the quiet lives, the ordinary lives, the wonderful lives, the rich lives are those that probably don't share that much, but you will meet them. You just might not notice them straight away. Lots of love, everyone. I'll see you in the next video, and I will put up some resources for you about self-love, about wonderful relationships, about if you want to manifest a new relationship, a specific person, an ex-back, or just to be in a self-loving state. There's a whole playlist on self-love success stories for you, as well as success stories in each of those categories: new relationships, ex-back, SP, specific person, dream job. All these playlists will be down below for you, and you can check them out for free. Okay? Lots of love. That's all I got to say. I'm going back to my walk now and try and get this bug out of my throat.